There is, I think, from memory, using delving through all of my memory of ornithology, there are some species of hawk that use clouds, but it's not the clouds themselves as cover, but the shadows of clouds. So whereas if you're, say, like a little rabbit or a marsupial on the ground, and you're
Oh,
sitting there and a sudden, a shadow goes over your head, then you're gonna panic and try and take cover, which is a pain if you're trying to hunt them down. So what they do is they fly in the shadows of clouds, so that their shadow doesn't alert their prey to what they're trying to hunt.
fun facts with llamas. Now llamas begin with the predator ships. Go quickly, because the squid
Yep,
is
okay,
already visible.
the first ship before the Predators piloted by Fiasco Total is the A Pretty Butterfly. It's a blend of fish with double flamer. And the second ship piloted by Mighty Keb is the Greasy Dream. It's a squid with a Gatling on the front, Banshee on the side, and a rear carronade.
We covered it OP. And for the song Ryders, we have a sandwich powered by things. It's a mobile with Hades on top wing Artemis Flamer, bottom wing Artemis Carronade, and the second ship for the song Ryders, we have the Music tips and tricks, just the tips. Piloted biological, yeah, it's a junker. Right side Gatling Banshee, left side Hades Artemis with front Artemis. And Predators are
And
already
Predators are setting up for a
yes.
sick flank.
Sick.
Because, yep.
Through
This is a
60
technical
no scope
term.
flank.
Yep, you can't deny it.
Do you think doctors use sick as a technical term, or do they have their own words to use?
I think they try to be a little bit more precise than sick. Because, I mean, it's not much use trying to write
He's sick! Oh my god, he's
sick.
operation. Speaking of hawks using clouds as cover, we have some cloud moving here. And the Predator's flank is going to hit an empty cloud.
I think Finks has triggered or twigged that something's not quite up. He's basically facing exactly at the Greasy Dream at the moment.
He knows.
Meanwhile, the flank of the...
Do you think he can see the squid while his crew cannot?
Well, yes, I think he can see it because spots are coming out on the Greasy Dream.
And on the
I was
sandwich.
going to say the problem with the Predator's flankers, they both almost met up inside the Songrider's spawn, which kind of defeats the purpose of flanking. But now,
Greasy Dream going really close here, using the cloud as cover. It's the fish going against the hawk. Who is going to win?
Oh, Mobula, close range on the Greasy Dream. This is not really a situation that you want to be in.
Greasy Dream also in front of the front guns of the Mobula. Didn't manage to.
So Greasy Dream using the superior vertical mobility to outmaneuver the Mobula. Never thought I'd say that.
Squids are famous for escaping the grasp of people and the sky. Sky squids. A pretty butterfly charging in against the tips and twigs, using just the tips to destroy its balloon. And it did it, but the rogue shot, in effect, both of the ships actually have the rogue shot.
Because they got that beautiful buffed Lochnagar grenade.
Sandwich losing armor. Losing all banshees. I don't know where that is going. Tips and tricks.
I actually really like that using a buffed Lochnagar carronade for an instant balloon kill.
Yes, we can talk about this later because the pretty butterfly lost the armor. And is charging against the sandwich.
Is trying to engage on the Greasy Dream, but ooh.
Butterfly lost barely any hull with ramming without armor.
Yep.
Oh, Sandwich
is continuing to focus on the Greasy Dream.
Sandwich is losing balloon here, almost. The balloon is quick on the uptake, and the tips and twigs also supporting with Gatling Banshee against the squid. That poor squid has to deal with so much fire. Fire damage, as in damage, firepower. Not fire.
Say good repairs from the Sandwich Mobula, because that could have been very nasty if their hull went down as that Banshee came out.
Also, kudos to the squid for
both of the
taking so little damage.
Pretty awful. Tips and tricks attempting to engage on a pretty butterfly. Oof. Balloon's actually down on the squid, so they shouldn't be able to harass too much in this fight.
Tips and tricks, long range in that goldfish in closer range. Not proving to be effective yet, but maybe if they believe hard enough, they will do it. Hades arming time usually makes sure that Hades cannot have its full damage. Usually.
Well,
but they managed to get outside arming
the
time.
Artemis to disable the carronade on the Pretty Butterfly, which they have.
Fun fact, the carronade destroys balloon, which means the ship drops, which means the Artemis is out of arc.
Yeah,
but now
it's
the
okay
Sandwich
they've
has...
already disabled.
Yes. Sandwich has risen up against the Butterfly to 1v1 it.
Ooh,
In the meantime, this grid ramming the Junker. Its Junker almost lost the armor, but it loses balloon.
However, none of the Songwriter ships have balloons. Sandwich just got theirs back.
Pretty Butterfly lost armor.
both
It's a Flamer. A Flamer shooting that one side gun. That's not Young's way.
Oh, poor Sandwich. Squid is coming in with the Gatling and the Banshee.
Banshee's about to unleash. It's furry, but Millbla hydrogening.
Oh, yes.
Showing
Balloon
it also
when
can use
about to
vertical
go
zones.
down. No, actually.
Carronade is too far
whiffed the
away.
Carronade.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got one on there, but not enough.
Oh my god, the Junker losing
Now
armor.
both Predator ships are using their predatory behavior on the Junker of the Songwriters.
The Junker lost balloon and armor. This is not good for this Junker. It's stuck in midair and it can only shoot Gatlings. Is it enough?
6 minutes have elapsed so far in this fight, and really both teams are in a fairly equal position as far as permahealth goes.
Pretty Butterfly trying to ram the Sandwich, but lost to have a carronade the balloon and is going to lose armor just a little bit.
Yep, Artemis
Greasy
coming
Dream.
up with that small amount of explosive damage.
Oh, both Predator
Tips and
ships
tricks,
losing armor.
Use your Banshee. Yes, tips and tricks, go.
You can do it, tips and tricks. You can use your
Meanwhile, the
tricks.
the Greasy Dream is shooting Gatling into the back of the Sandwich.
Sandwich. Is it going to survive that random Banshee that's going to come out any minute?
Armor is down. Banshee comes out actually, and the Mountain as well. That's a bad combination.
Oh, but the Sandwich survives. Just a little
Ooh,
bit.
Just.
But the Gatling could finish it off here. Heavy Carronade could finish it off here. Greasy Dream dodging against tips and tricks, Gatlings and Banshees. And the Butterfly just looking for the opportunity to make wings or something. Whatever Butterfly does. Oh, it's ramming a
Sandwich,
Melpler!
nope.
The same time. And
Ooh,
the
they
escapes.
whiffed the ram. Sandwich is not particularly healthy, but they are surviving. Meanwhile, Tips and Tricks continuing to use their Gatling to keep the Greasy Dream, at least slightly, at risk.
The advantage that the Sandwich has here now is you don't need to repair when you don't have health. So you can just focus on Greasy Dream losing armor.
You say you super have to repair because you don't have health.
Uppercut! Very good
Ramming
uppercut!
from the Mobula with no health. I like
Banshees. Where's the Butterfly's carronade?
this. Down.
Well, the carronade destroyed the Junker's balloon. The Junker also has joke shot. Hades going out against the Butterfly. Is the Butterfly going to stand and fight, or is it going to run and retreat? It is trying to go past and above. But Mobula is holding not the position very well. And the Butterfly runs. But the Artemises, they are going to have arc soon. Tips and tricks, full speed
One.
Junker chasing the goldfish.
No engine disables though on the Pretty Butterfly. Boot one down, armor down, in come the Artemises, and
Oh my god. Butterfly, you're not so pretty anymore.
see, would you come in now if you were the Greasy Dream? I
totally would let my ally die and love at him.
yeah. See, this is what I would do. Ooh, the
There you
Greasy
go.
Dream just taking cover from the cloud there.
Now the important question. Is Greasy Dream laughing at his ally?
I don't know. They have got a spot out on the Tips and Tricks, so they could probably see him die there.
Yeah, they definitely
However, they are now, yeah, taking cover behind the mountain.
Sandwich may be confused with the spawns because it's looking towards the west and not towards the actual spawn of the predators, which is on the east. Wait, no, Sandwich is turning around. Okay, there you go. Greasy Dream already set up for the super ambush flank. Ambush. Oh yeah, that Lochneck on the goldfish, I want to talk about it. Because lately there has been this Caronid nerf a while ago. It also changed Heavy Clip, so it adds spread. And Lochnecker, it does is the only ammo type with minus 100% spread. And in long range shots, like the Butterfly used to initialize engagement, that's important. Having no spread in the gun. Other ships like the Mobler also keep it.
Would just do a lot of damage.
Yes, they will instantly destroy your balloon in one shot. And they're not using Lochnecker in this engagement, just randomly damaging the balloon.
Yep, but Pretty Butterfly coming out with the rams on the sandwich. Both of the Songwriter ships continuing to focus on the Greasy Dream, however.
Well, Tips and Tricks had changed target. Oh, both of them changed the target to Butterfly.
Pretty Butterfly. Except Hades continuing to come down on the Greasy Dream.
Do you think if there's a sandwich and a butterfly in a death battle, who would win?
I don't know, it depends what kind of sandwich it is.
Let's say it's a sandwich.
Yeah, but what's in the sandwich? Is it like a cheese and ham?
It's like your basic cheese and ham sandwich, yes. Maybe a little bit of salad. Maybe. Like a tomato.
I don't know, I'd have to go for the sandwich.
You think the sandwich would beat up the butterfly?
Yeah.
The non-sentient sandwich.
Because there are two options here, because a little butterfly and versus sandwich. I mean, the butterfly's either got the option of kind of continually flying into the sandwich, which isn't going to hurt the sandwich, but is going to hurt the butterfly. Or like try and pick up the sandwich, and then just fall and get itself crushed by a falling sandwich. So either way,
using F
the sandwich wins this. Yep, sandwich.
Do you think it matters if the squid going to lose armor? The fire?
Ooh, I don't think it's going to help them though, because sandwich is dead to Gatling. Rip.
Oh.
Or did they die to the carronade there? I'm not sure.
So here we have it. A dream can beat up a sandwich, but a butterfly can't. Get it?
See, I told you.
Do you think it matters if the butterfly is pretty? Oh, Tips and Tricks losing armor and balloon and banshee and rams and oh my god. You don't think it matters if the butterfly is pretty? Lamas.
I don't think so. Would it? I don't know.
So this is like next level strats in Guns of Icarus where you don't counter with the ships but with names. So a sandwich would obviously be the butterfly, so whatever ship you have and the enemy is called butterfly, you just name your ship sandwich and you always win against it. However, a Greasy Dream hard counters a sandwich. Tips and Tricks.
Tips and Tricks beat?
It gives the sandwich tips and tricks to not die instantly against this Greasy Dream.
It basically just buffs the sandwich.
Yes. It's like adding some salad or a second layer of stuff on top of the sandwich.
Yep, it's cheese, ham, and Tips and Tricks. It's 4-level sandwich.
You know this little Pretty Butterfly with the super flank. And so, oh my god, the song battle is completely spotted. Do you know about this little monkey circus monkeys sometimes doing stuff on the streets to get money?
I don't think we have them in Australia. I don't think that's. I don't think it's legal.
You know, this is like the sandwich when the Tips and Tricks are buffing it. That's what it is. Pretty Butterfly destroying the balloon of the sandwich. Greasy Dream charging directly towards the mobile with Gatlings. This is going to unleash some backer in it. No, it doesn't.
Sandwich dodging the ram from the butterfly, but they're actually holding up reasonably well. Flamer coming out on the Greasy Dream.
They really don't want the squid to get behind them, but Sandwich losing balloon and armor. Banshee not in ARG. However, Tips and Tricks is in ARG and he's shooting down at the Greasy Dream.
Greasy Dream has lost hull armor, although the Banshee is reloading at the moment.
Greasy Dream forced to move around weirdly, so it cannot stay on target, but Sandwich taking more damage because a Pretty Butterfly is also shooting at it and also being shot at. And Greasy Dream is just standing still.
Yep, armor down on the Pretty Butterfly. Banshee's coming out, making some contact.
Greasy Dream going back on the sandwich. Pretty Butterfly changing to tips and
Ooh,
tricks.
yep, the sandwich is... That's a bad place for the sandwich, because they hit that mountain there with no armor, and the Banshee
no.
coming out. Oof. Sandwich down to about 20% perma. Meanwhile, the tips
Butterfly.
and tricks is actually getting the better against the butterfly, yeah.
You know, people always say that Planetfish counters Junker. Not so much after the cabinet nerf. Oh my god, Sandwich getting some Banshees into it.
Yep.
And Pretty Butterfly.
Butterfly's lost the Halam again.
Where the Banshees?
Where are the Banshees?
Tips and tricks.
Tips.
Screw your balloon, you don't need a balloon to kill. The Sandwich? Dying.
See, tips and tricks is meant to be manning the Banshee.
Oh,
Meanwhile, the mobile, poor old Sandwich has gone down.
But yeah, even before the Cabinet nerf, a Gatling on a Junker is a pretty good, strong weapon against a Goldfish in general, actually.
It's pretty good against pretty much any close range ships.
Yeah, but people always said that Blendfish counters Junker so much, and you know, when the Junker has a Gatling, it's not that easy.
Early. Yep, armor down on the tips and tricks. In comes the Banshee.
Destroyed the armor, so it does not have enough shots left to actually kill the Junker.
Ooh, Sandwich took an aggressive spawn, coming in directly on the Greasy Dream.
Oh, can it save its ally? Is the Banshee destroyed? I believe, yes, it is destroyed. The Greasy Dream just looking dumbly at the tips and tricks. Pretty Butterfly engaging the Sandwich.
Is coming in on the Sandwich, and because the ground level here is so high, that's actually really dangerous for the Sandwich.
Oh, Greasy Dream and Sandwich harvesting at the same time. Carronade of the Butterfly, not destroying the Goldfish, the mobile balloon yet. Just yet. But it is for the Junker's blown again. The Junker shooting hits again.
And the hull's on fire. Looks like it might go down.
Oh, Greasy Dream, no armor. Is he gonna bump? No, he didn't. Pretty Butterfly looking to help his ally to win even more than he already should. But it's not so easy, because every ship is getting shot at, and it's really confusing. Oh my god. Greasy Dream losing an engine.
Coming down, trying to sit on the Greasy Dream.
Oh my god, the mountain!
Nice.
Also
the
Sandwich bumping.
Stomp because you had no balloon.
Yeah. Did it actually stomp, or did it Greasy Dream just die on the mountain? I think it just died on the mountain.
Well, it kind of came down. I think it hit him.
Because it didn't look like the Sandwich was stopped by Alien Mountain.
Oh, there you go.
The majority with Alien against you, 2-1.
Yep.
There's some tricks charging the Pretty Butterfly. Is it going to ram it? Is this a ram? It's getting rammed. It's losing armor.
Balloon down on the tips and tricks, but there goes the. Well, there you go.
Gatling shreds Goldfish. Remember that, kids.
What? How did the Goldfish lose their balloon there? I didn't quite see that.
Maybe because of the ram.
Was it the Banshee or?
You mean at the very end?
Banshee and the ram. Yeah.
Probably. Junker hit the R for a while, by the way. That's why Banshee. Oh.
Oh. See,
Makes sense.
when I actually went to look at who was meant to be shooting the Banshee, I just saw tips on it.
I also actually thought that
Oh well.
the Junker was constantly repelling the balloon against fire and carronades. So it never actually had the person to shoot the Banshee. That's what I thought. But with...
well, Song Ryders retreating into their spawn as the Greasy Dream and the Pretty Butterfly come in for yet another flank.
But this time they're flanking from the same general direction. The south. Greasy Dream maybe just distracting the Song Riders by running full speed too far below them, blocking headshots with its balloon. It's an actual strategy. And
Meanwhile,
just
the
run
Pretty
faster.
Butterfly is coming in using cloud cover so far. Broken the cloud
It's
cover,
visible.
but the Sandwich is pointing completely the wrong direction.
Full speed towards the Sandwich, heavy clip, not enough to destroy the balloon. Lochnik you would have.
Tips and tricks coming up with a Gatling on their ally, just for good measure.
Greasy Dream. Shooting at the
Butterfly
Sandwich.
losing their Halama.
Butterfly holding the all armor. Greasy Dream losing more armor. Oh, the Sandwich losing hull.
And oof.
Oh dear, oh dear. Sandwich almost dead again. But the Butterfly getting its cabinet disabled from the Gatling. Or the Artemis too.
Both
Oh my god!
focusing. Oh, no.
Sandwich!
The Banshee
Are you
got-
ramming? You shouldn't ram it for the
no.
armor. Butterfly, don't die now. You need to win this game for your ally.
Tips and Tricks doing what they can to try and focus down the pretty butterfly. With
Then-
20 seconds on the clock remaining.
I don't know. Who got the first kill? I think it was the Songwriters, wasn't it?
I think it was.
I think it was so.
Wait, I
In
can't
case of
remember.
a die, the first kill
Well,
within 10
10
seconds
seconds.
left. Tips and
Tips and Tricks
Tricks.
just tanking.
Time's up!
There are 2 engineers on the hull.
They
And
didn't
there
need 2
we
engineers
go.
now. They just needed to shoot back at the goldfish and kill it.
They did, but they were rising up so that
Well,
they didn't die. Alright, and who did get the first kill in that? Songwriters had the first kill, so
Yes.
they take this match.
Ryder. Oh, it's not so good.
So for this next match, do we go to C, which is the winners, or do we go through the F, the losers match?
That depends on what our referee has scheduled. We could either go to the next match in the winners bracket, or we, as Aiden says, could go down to the loser brackets and have our first loser match for the day. Sounds motivating when you keep repeating loser over and over again.